In a decision that in itself could be considered satire, Facebook is now testing a special tag for stories of a satirical nature, further illustrating either the dumbing down of society or the possibility that society has become a weird parody of itself. A Facebook spokesman, in a statement about the change, wrote, "This is because we received feedback that people wanted a clearer way to distinguish satirical articles from others in these units." Now you might be thinking, what do you guys, can't you tell satire from actual news? Well, in this world of clickbait journalism and stupid people running the country, the line between satire and news has definitely begun to blur. Let me give you some examples of some of the headlines that you would think are from publications like The Onion. EMTs at Baghdad's embassy say a drunk CNN reporter bit them. Kanye West calls for equal rights for celebrities. 5-year-old mayor loses re-election in Minnesota to a 16-year-old. Wow, I wonder what's going on in Minnesota. Justin Bieber song scares away bear, saving Russian fishermen. Yes, Justin Bieber is that bad. GOP tells Congress to ignore Congress one day after suing him for ignoring Congress. That definitely sounds like an Onion piece. And of course, the coup de grace to me, school fires blogger over post over homophones. Yes, homophones, citing the gay agenda. So when somebody's confused about an article or mistakes it for satire, I don't think I can really blame them. But at the same time, I don't think Facebook should be doing this for many other reasons. But let's go to the panel and ask what you guys think.
I was going to say one of my favourite Onion articles that I read a number of years ago is NASA completes 52-year mission to find and kill God. It's somewhat depressing in a way that Facebook has felt the need to do this. I can understand kind of partly why they think they should do this, because they don't want people to get confused and then get outraged and stuff, but it should be down to the people. If they then click on the article, I mean, because people can read the headline and then just start spouting off about it to their friends, being angry without actually reading the article. And that's probably where a lot of the problems stem from. Whereas if people actually read the articles, they must realise that it's satire. And if they don't realise it's satire, then the internet is a very, very dangerous place for them, and they simply, I'm saying they shouldn't be allowed on. There's no way to actually police that. But I mean, it's just really depressing that sites. I imagine that Twitter will now start having a thing saying, "Oh, this is from a satire site. Watch out!" Kind of any idiots out there. I mean, The Onion came out with a piece when Facebook announced this new policy that they're trialing, basically taking the mick out of it. So at the end of the day, I understand why Facebook feels a need to do it, but I really don't think they should. If I was going to kind of have any ruling on it, I'd say, no, you're not allowed to do it.
And think of the poor Onion. Look at how much traffic they get now, because people think that, their satire articles are real. So they'll go and check it out. Oh, it's going to hit their business. Anyway,
here's the obvious sad part about this. The reason that they have to do this is because people think the Onion articles are true. That's the obvious part. But think about what that means. There's enough absolutely insane, ridiculous stuff being spouted in the world now and in media now that people can't tell satire from reality anymore. That is what is very sad to me. That's a stronger indicator for me, that there's so much ridiculousness now on the internet and in media, and it's done that is said with a straight face and as legitimate, that people can't even tell what's real and what's fake anymore. That's kind of depressing for me. But
and that's the essence of the problem.
Oh, go ahead.
That's why I went through some of those articles that are actually real, that sound like they're satire, and that's the problem. Well, there's so many things out there that you think, no, that can't be true, but they are true.
You could just imagine that, if some kind of things haven't happened in Ferguson sort of thing. Imagine that whole incident didn't happen. You can imagine a site like The Onion running kind of cop shoots kid for jaywalking. That just seems extreme and absurd. But that's literally what happened in Ferguson. I think that's one of the reasons, that you could justify Facebook doing this, is that the lines between satire and reality are becoming so blurred and intermingled that, these sort of things just didn't happen kind of back in my day. Christ, I sound like I'm 50 years old. But you can, everyone's seen some titles now and you think, oh, that's just a bit of clickbait and it's not really true. But it turns out it is true. That's one of the reasons why I actually quite like The Onion, and I think this might negatively affect them, is because they're not actual clickbait titles. Like they're not proper clickbait titles. They are kind of wanting you to click on it, but it's not like, oh, you'd never guess what such and such. But they'd have funny titles. Think, oh, that can't be true, and you have to click on it for that. And sometimes they are true. And it's just a really, really depressing way that society's going.
That one of the best things that The Onion has done, one of the best articles that I remember reading about, is the article right after I think one of the latest school shootings, and it says, "No way to prevent this," says nation where this regularly happens. I think that right there kind of hits, like, that cemented it for me for The Onion, because I think we do need that kind of satire to hit on the important issues. But I also think that this will negatively affect the way that satire is actually done. So when people actually know that it's satire, they'll be like, oh, it's just a satirical article, right? I think people should know enough to actually read through the article and realize if it's real or not. And look, we've all been faked by really good satirical articles, right? Even the Young Turks has been faked out. There's been so many people faked out, but that's no reason to take away that ability to do satire.
Yeah. Besides, the best satire always has a hint of truth in it. That's what makes it quality satire. Makes it quality comedy. And that's what's so fun and funny about doing that and pulling people's leg and getting them riled up over nothing. It's my favorite task. Favorite thing on earth. And there are two pieces from The Onion that were easily my favorite. They were both video clips. One was when you had the author of a 9/11 truther on a panel with a host, and the other panelist was a member of Al-Qaeda with like the flight documents and everything saying, hey guys, we really did this thing, and the 9/11 truther guy's going, why are you being so closed-minded, sir? All indignant like. It's so funny. And the guy's like, oh, how would you like it if we planned something very, very special, and then people don't even blame you for it? So, and the other one was a great critique of most modern news outlets was, and our top story tonight, some random bullshit happened today, and it's this sort of very vanilla story of a bear in a town, and people are coming on, they're like, and I looked out my window and I said, oh my god, there's some bullshit happening right now. And it was great, because it's like news. Take that.
And look, there's a definite need for satire in our news, even if it's so close to reality. That's either how you know that it's really good satire or how fucked our world is getting. Either way you look at it, you can look at glass half empty, glass full, whatever. Either way, I think there's definitely a role for satire, because it is humor, and they are able to say things with a humorous undertone that normally you wouldn't be able to say. So, I don't support this satire tag at all. I think people should find out for themselves. And if you get tricked, you get tricked. Oh well. Move on. It's a big world.